Do you know any good jokes?
What kind of bees make milk?
What kind of bee makes milk?
Boobies. Boobs.
Sports stuff.
I'm hilarious.
You are the funniest person I know. Most of the time, not intentionally at all. This is my Christmas t-shirt. This is allegedly a Christmas t-shirt. Um, I disagree. I disagree that it's a Christmas t-shirt because it's summertime and I'm wearing it. Therefore, it's a summertime t-shirt. But in that spirit, I'm wearing a Chicago Bears Santa Claus hat that I find super comfortable, and it's not at all making my forehead sweat a little bit already. And yeah, it's cool. Um, I'm joined today by a special guest, very special indeed. Uh, this is um, this is Mackenzie. She is wearing a helmet that allows for you to drink uh, with straws. And on that helmet, she has Chipotle sauce and some Bob Ross energy drink. I did not know that Bob got into the energy drink game, but it makes sense. It feels like Logan Paul probably got into it after he saw Bob Ross doing it. It's a
I
copycat
would say so.
drink game.
Well, I'm now that I've had partaked in the energy drink, I'm starting to see happy little trees everywhere.
Well, that's good. Hey, that's the best kind of energy drink, the kind that makes you see things.
Exactly.
That's why Four Loco is forever the GOAT.
What?
Do you not know Four Loco? Did you ever have a
No.
Four Loco? I feel like you would have had a Four Locos. You never did? See, the Four Loco blew up because it's an energy drink mixed with liquor, a lot of liquor. So Four Loco, I don't even know how long ago. I was like 20, 21. The cat's climbing up
Well,
the chair now.
you're old, so that
Hi,
was
Denny.
quite a while ago. Hi, Denny.
So yeah, it was probably like 15 years ago at this point now. But uh Four Loco went kind of viral. Uh it went kind of viral because it was an energy drink and it was liquor, and none of us had really ever heard of it until a bunch of kids in like Nebraska died from drinking from drinking like way too much. And then all of us in our 20, 21-year-old brains were like, well, fuck, we gotta get us some of that shit. We gotta try that immediately. It's kind of the dumbest thing anybody could ever do. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like that could kill you.
Yeah, probably. But we drank the shit out of it. It's still a thing. I think it's not as likely to kill you anymore.
Would this be
Oh no.
before is it Vegas bombs that have the energy drink in it? Yeah. Has the
Yeah.
Red Bull or something in it.
There's like Jaeger bombs. I knew Jaeger bombs did that, but you couldn't just buy before Four Loko. There weren't a whole lot of energy drink liquor drinks that you could get in a can, for for like $1.50 or whatever it was.
Oh,
They didn't offer that, with all of it had like God, I feel like that shit was like 9% alcohol or some shit. It
oh my
was nuts.
God.
It was rad. But yeah. Anyway, that's Four Loco story. We're here actually to talk mostly, I guess, about sports.
Are we?
I mean, we don't have to. We can always talk about anything that your heart desires. I know the House of the Dragon is just raging right now. We could talk about that son of a bitch, fucking what's his name? Um, the guy that does the bad stuff.
Which one?
I don't know. I'm drawing. I don't know.
Damon.
I want to say Damon. Damon's a son of a bitch.
There's Damon. There's the king now. That's kind of an asshat, but it's only because his grandfather Otto was the one that was ruling him. And then what's his face? Sir Kristen. Sir
Oh,
Kristen.
dude. Sir Kristen, that's an on-site for me, in terms of like Game of Thrones lore. Like Joffrey's way up there, and then like Ramsay Bolton. I hate those guys probably more than anyone not named Aaron Rodgers. But like Sir Kristen, whatever the fuck, is really working his way up there. I fucking hate that guy. He's just a
Yeah.
piece of shit. Anyway, I don't know.
Sports.
You were definitely super hyped to talk about the Bulls.
Yeah. I'm a Bulls fan by default.
Yeah, now you are.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, for the love of the team kind of thing. But both me and you are kind of the same, whereas we more or less go with players versus actual teams. And Alex Caruso was my man.
Yeah.
My man. He defended that court. He was a rock star on that court. And the Bulls traded him to OKC.
Yeah.
I'm just really tore up about it.
I get it. Full disclosure, we went to a Bulls game earlier this year, and while we were at that game, watching Caruso fly around defensively and just making plays, making things happen, inspired Mackenzie here so much that she had to purchase a Chicago Bulls Alex Caruso jersey. I told her that night, you might want to hold off. I don't know that he's going to be here much longer, just based on his contract situation. And sure enough, because that was before even the trade deadline, I thought maybe he would get dealt before the season ended, but that didn't happen. Instead, we traded away one of the best perimeter defenders and 3 and D players you can have right now, for a young 6'8", 21-year old, you know, point guard, point forward, Australian player named Josh Giddey. Like he does represent a change to a younger core. So I think that's good. I think that's something we needed to do. We had a pretty old roster, but I, I, I think there are some benefits. There are some downsides. What were your thoughts on the trade? You said something on Facebook the other day.
I said that I will be pouting until this is proved fruitful. And it's true. I don't want to talk ill will about any player ever, unless it's Aaron Rodgers. Fuck Aaron Rodgers. But I just, it's Alex. Alex
Yeah,
Caruso, man. Like, man.
he's a
And
good
then, of
player.
course, OKC maybe getting another fan.
You gonna jump ship?
Uh,
Jump ship to an actual good basketball team?
well, I mean, it's so hard loving Chicago sports at all. Any of the teams. We all know this, all of us know it. Even the fans, the fans of these teams it's like we're born and bred into it like you are. Of course was not, so I'm kind of become a fan as a default, I guess you would say. But I mean, it's a lifestyle loving a team that sucks ass, and
Yep.
that's all Chicago teams.
Pretty much. I mean, honestly, yeah, you're not wrong. It's very hurtful for you to just freely say that. It
I'm sorry.
makes me want to
Apologize.
cry just a little bit, I guess, maybe. No, I think the only thing that I think I would really like this trade if it weren't for the fact that there is a little controversy surrounding Josh Giddey. Last year, there was a big big hullabaloo about Mr. Giddy. Maybe had at some point been canoodling with a minor. She was, I think, I don't have the case notes around me. The thing is, it was kind of hard to get really good information on what was going on.
Hold
It
up, you
kind
don't
of
have the
just,
case notes?
no.
Well, what kind of research does that give you? Come
I
on.
it was kind of hard to find really credible information because the NBA and the like police that were involved just kind of said, well, there's not really anything here. So I don't know. I don't think that that's exactly like I don't trust law enforcement to actually investigate this kind of shit when you're talking about wealthy, you know, athletes or famous people. I don't trust that that's not going to get swept under the rug. But I also I also know that there just wasn't a whole lot of actual like evidence of anything, and I don't even think anyone really complained about it as far as like a victim coming forward. I don't know, but I know from what I remember, it was like he was like 19 and she was 15 or 16 or some shit. I don't know. It didn't register as like a Deshaun Watson, Bill Cosby situation to me, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, overall, I'd say it's a solid trade because you get a younger, uh, more offensively inclined player when we really need to just we need to get younger. We need to start building a base. I'm on record as saying tank. Sell everything we got, trade everything that's worth a shit, and just start tanking and try to get younger and better. I don't know, it seems like that's the only real course of action anymore. They can't bring in free agents because no one wants to come play for this dumpster fire franchise. It would be cool if people actually wanted to come play for the Chicago Bulls. It's a pretty big market, but the team owner sucks. Uh, we've had shitty front office fuckery for so long that honestly, I don't blame anybody for not wanting to come. So I don't know.
It's we were once great. We need to get
Many,
back
many
to that.
moons ago. Yeah. Yeah. All we did was luck into the greatest player in the history of basketball and win 6 championships. And now all of a sudden we get to coast on that for 30 fucking years, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, goodbye, Alex Caruso. You know,
Goodbye, Alex Caruso.
he's a good player, and I think he's super hyped about being like, other than you have to go move to Oklahoma City. I don't think there's any
I
NBA
actually read
players that are.
an I did read an article on ESPN where they said he was actually it wasn't they were asking like, would you like this area better because it's going to be a lot nicer than, the Windy City. And he goes, it really doesn't matter where I'm at, as long as I'm playing the game I love. And that was really humbling that he, was thinking that. Of course, you obviously aren't really agreeing with that.
I I think it's the kind of shit you have to say. But typically, young NBA player types, they want to be in a city where things are happening. Chicago's a
Yeah.
city of literal millions,
Something's
versus
always
Oklahoma
happening
City, where there's not really much ever happening in Oklahoma City. I,
unless
I
it's
don't
a
know.
tornado.
Right. Yeah, and you're more likely to get hit by a tornado. So that's a downside. I don't know. It's on the bright side, he'll be a solid, good star level player for a team that's their only like that city has one pro franchise of any sport, and it's the Thunder. So it's a very loyal fan base. They love their guys, and if we're being honest, Oklahoma City really loves it when they're white, and Alex Caruso is that. So that's
Uh,
solid for him.
there's that.
Yeah. No. Anyway, yeah, we'll what else we got? What else we got? Oh, duh. So you and I did something I I know you've never done, but I also know that Like I've never done it, even though I'm very old and I've been participating in sports and fandom for quite some time. Uh, we watched hockey.
We did.
We watched like all the hockey from the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
What was
Crazy.
it was
Crazy.
fun, right? It was crazy.
It was so cool.
We
Never
actually I
watched
think
hockey.
no, I don't give a damn about hockey, but it ended up being a really crazy series where the Panthers went up 3-0 and then immediately got their asses handed to them 3 games in a row and ended up being a 7 game series. And then all of that was for nothing. The Panthers ended up winning it anyway.
Right.
It was crazy. It was wild.
It was
Uh,
the like I didn't understand like hardly any of the rules, and a lot of like the foul calls I didn't understand like, quite as much. And then as we got a couple of games in, I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense because you can't do this and that or whatever." But like it was hell of games, let me tell you. They were close, they were on fire. There was fighting, which was always fun to see. Them refs like are crazy how they get out of the way and sometimes they get smashed. I would not want to be a rep for hockey team. That does not sound like fun. I think that would hurt my entire core. And it just I was shocked that the majority of them had most of their teeth.
I think they have some pretty good dental work in the
Yeah,
hockey
definitely. There's a
world.
lot of veneers going on there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was fun. I had a blast watching hockey. Didn't think that I ever would. It's hard for me to follow the sport, but the actual games, the actual things that are happening, I would say it's one of the more entertaining sports you can ever watch. It's just high energy the whole time. It's just everybody run or I guess skate on your fucking knives that are on your feet and just fly down that ice as fast as you can. Run into people if you have to. Hell, if you can get in the way of the puck from the other team and they're trying to hit that slap shot at 100 miles an hour, you can get in the way, including with your face, and just dive out and take one to the face. That's what they do. That's what these maniacs do. I played football. None of the football players that I grew up with, none of them were that fucking tough. No fucking way.
It was also really cool to see like, okay, so Florida Panthers are the ones that won the Stanley Cup. Florida, what like an ice hockey team from
Right.
Florida. Just
Well, they've been Florida has been kind of not the Panthers, but the state of Florida has been very involved with the NHL playoffs and such for a while now. The Tampa Bay Lightning have been really fucking good for quite a while, and it looks like maybe they've dipped a bit, but then here's the Panthers coming around and they're winning the championship too. It is how is it possible that twice in the last what at least two teams from Florida in the last 20 years have won a Stanley Cup. Meanwhile, no team from Canada has won in 30 years. That blew my mind. I was like, there's no way. You're telling me none of these Canadian teams have won? That's like I know that not everybody from Canada is playing in Canada and it's not like all Americans playing down here. There would be no league if that was the case. But like it's wild to me that, the birthplace of hockey is Canada and none of their teams are worth a shit.
right, like they practically eat, sleep, poop that shit. Like for real.
Yeah, it's as big to them as maple syrup is, I think, probably, maybe bigger. Yeah,
I
yeah,
keep
and just
glancing over at the draft.
anything to report?
Well, the pick is in for Utah on number 10, and they chose Cody Williams from Colorado.
Oh shit, that means that the Bulls are next.
Yes, they are. Pick number 11.
Oh, wow. We're gonna get some history on our podcast. Oh shit. Matas Buzelis is
Yes.
out there. I don't know how
Yeah.
you say his name, but my guess is they're gonna take either him or Topic. Just I don't know. I call it a hunch. I don't know. I know nothing about the draft prospects this year. I barely ever know anything about them. But
Right.
from what I do know, the experts are all saying this is a terrible draft class anyway. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get that one guy that's a diamond in the rough.
There you go. Well, one of them that went to, I believe he went to the Spurs, was wearing a diamond Cinderella castle necklace.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's weird. That's
Fully
weird.
encrusted
What?
Disney Cinderella castle necklace.
That's interesting. I wonder if he got paid for that. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Um,
how is it that they get this swag for the draft?
a lot of them, it's like people will let you rent it for a certain time period, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe some of it's like if you're really if you're one of the bigger guys coming in, like if you're Caitlin Clark, they let her wear what was it, Gucci,
Prada.
Prada. Whatever, she was the first person to wear that shit or whatever on that stage. It was a big deal for people who care about that sort of thing. I think you had mentioned it um before.
Yes, she was the first one to wear it, and she was decked out head to toe in Prada. And then OKC is next.
Ah, okay.
Mm. They already got a good player.
We got a bunch. They
Ugh.
were the number one seed in the West this year. They're loaded with talent, and they have a ton more draft picks just accumulated for the next fucking 5 years or some shit because of all the
Mm.
trades they've been doing for a long time. I think that's the formula. I think that's the formula for how you win. Oh, you want to talk about, well, you want to talk about the Olympics? I don't know how much time we have left.
Oh, I'm not
Um,
sure. Well, the Olympic trials are going on right now for the Paris Summer Olympics, which I always thoroughly enjoy the Olympics. I'm not sure why. I just really like the competition aspect and seeing the best of the best compete. And I know that, that's a lot of respect that goes out to them because they, that's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears over many, many years to put them where they are. And it
right.
really goes to show where they're at. Also, they have breakdancing this year, which I'm excited about. And then as a person who likes to look at people, I enjoy beach volleyball.
Hey,
But who
whoa.
wouldn't?
I mean, I find it offensive that there's butt cheeks on my TV when I'm supposed to be celebrating America. I don't want butt cheeks.
Yeah, but those butt cheeks have American flag on it, so there you go. Well, the one of the trials that's really hitting the mark is the 400 meter that the men's did, where 16-year-old Wilson, sorry, Wilson, Quincy Wilson, 16 from Maryland, just kicked major ass. And now 16-year-olds going to the Olympics. It's fantastic to see that. And to see, I mean, this kid was fast.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he it sounds like he's fucking fast. 16 years old and to be competing on that stage is insane. Like it's absolutely insane. At 16 years old, I ran I think for my 40-yard dash time, I wasn't gonna run no 400 fucking meters in a row. There's no way. For my 40-yard dash, I had a 6 second. I
Ooh,
was
they picked me. Was
what was it?
zealous. Mateus Bazelis.
Ooh, I thought. I see. I told you. Huh?
Oh,
I know nothing.
I have no nothing.
Yeah.
He's pretty tall though.
Yeah. He's like a 6'10", 6'11" white kid. I think he's from Chicago, maybe. Like from that area. I can't remember, but he is. Yeah. He's a little bit of a project. I think he's like 19 years old. Like he's like one of those
He
one
looks
and
very,
done.
very young. He
He's
looks
very young,
extremely
very
young.
thin, very
Oh, he's
skinny.
he's got some braces. He's in braces.
Yeah, he's very young. He kind of fits the same profile from again, I don't know shit, but he fits the same kind of profile as Josh Giddey in that he's, a tall, uh better than average athlete, not a great shooter, but has like the bones to, like looks like he can develop into a shooter and he can run with the ball, he can pass, he can do all those things. The big question for him is he going to be able to play defense in a league where you're a very skinny, not great athlete? Um, he looks like a dollar store version of Chet Holmgren from your new favorite team, Oklahoma City.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Or they're saying he's a defensive playmaker.
sure. I don't know. Like he's a defensive playmaker at like high school and then G League level, but
Mm-hmm.
in the NBA, when you're guarding against other guys that are the same height as you, but they're also 30 pounds heavier, it's going to be a little
Yeah.
harder. So
Well, and the shoes
we'll
that
see.
he's filling are Alex Caruso's.
Well,
So
kinda. They're hoping that he can be a 3 and D kind of guy, but I don't know. Probably. Anyway, I'll ask you I'll ask you the same questions I asked Jace the other day.
okay.
You ready to get in the kitchen? Oh wait, never mind. Nah, don't do that. I was gonna say step into the kitchen where it's hot, the hot seat.
The
Fuck.
you want the woman to go to the kitchen. Is that
I
what you
did a
just said to me?
sexism. I did a sexism.
Mm,
I stand by it.
mm,
I stand by my sexist ways.
mm, mm, mm.
Anyway, I'm gonna ask you questions. Um, okay, who won the Stanley Cup this year?
The Florida Panthers.
Who won the NBA Finals?
Boston Celtics.
That's right, that's right. You're doing great. Okay, who won the Super Bowl?
Kansas City Chiefs.
That's right, they sure did. Now here's the real test, because I know you don't care about baseball at all. Who won the World Series?
I have no idea. No idea. I hate baseball. I
That's okay. It was the Texas Rangers.
was gonna say the Phoenix Suns. So
Hey, you
there you
would have
go.
been close. I got one for you. Who won the WNBA finals last year?
North
Oh,
Carolina.
who is it?
What?
Who won the WNBA finals?
Oh, the WNBA finals.
Yeah,
Oh, I was thinking the NCAA. I don't know. The WNBA finals. Did we watch that?
no,
We
sure
didn't.
didn't.
Shit.
Who was the defending champion?
Well, we definitely know it wasn't Indiana Fever.
No, no, they earned that number one overall pick.
Mm, the Sparks?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Pretty sure it was Vegas.
Oh, that would make sense. The Aces.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they have oh God, what's her name?
Asia.
Yes, that's
Asia
right.
Wilson.
Yep.
She's a monster. She's averaging like She's averaging like 25 points a game or some shit like that right now.
She's
Uh,
fucking on fire, that girl.
that's pretty impressive because in the WNBA they only play 10-minute quarters. So yeah,
Oh,
that's pretty impressive. All right, well, I want to give a big thank you to my wonderful guest and wonderful roommate, and that's all. That's all we are, according to
that's not
her.
what you said earlier. I'm
Uh, I'm glad to have your perspective as a new, like brand new sports fan. Uh, it's always good to see what you see instead of my seasoned, uh, pessimistic eyes.
a sports virgin.
Sport- You are a sports person. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Oh
Now
yeah,
you're.
that's right. You popped my sports cherry.
Oh Jesus. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Sports stuff.